Hello, you nerds. Back in the days, mobile games used to be very huge before we got whatever this is. Like, we got the best kinds of mobile games that we will play literally anywhere, even on the toilet. We got Pixel Gun 3D, which I made a video about by the way, Fruit Ninja, Cut the Rope, Clash of Clans, My Singing Monsters, and so fucking on. Even Endless Runners. See what I did there? And best of all, we got Angry Birds. I'm sure you guys already know what Angry Birds is. I mean, it's one of the most popular mobile games ever. How can you not know what Angry Birds is? The game's got 5 billion downloads, 2 movies, merch, a theme park, and we got all kinds of Angry Birds games that I used to play a lot as a kid, other than Pixel Gun 3D. I remember playing Angry Birds Go, Angry Birds Epic, Bad Piggies, Angry Birds Fight, Angry Birds Transformers. I even used to watch Zach Scott Games play Angry Birds. Nowadays, most of these games are removed from the App Store, which I'm pissed off about by the way, and the franchise had a bit of a downfall, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Remember that button you would see in the main menu of every Angry Birds game? That's where I used to go a lot as a kid, and watch all the great stuff, like Angry Birds Toons. Yeah, that's right. Remember the time Angry Birds had a cartoon? I remember the time I would always tap the Toons button, and watch all the episodes that would come out every week. That is what we're going to be talking about today. Crazy, right? A 19-year-old adult talking about cartoons. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the premise of Angry Birds. The birds protect their eggs from being stolen, while the pigs are scheming to steal the eggs. But their plans always end horribly, gets punished, and the buildings get destroyed in the process. That's what most episodes are all about, but that's not always the case. We also get to see the daily lives of the birds. The pigs too. I mean, all the episodes could be about anything. The birds up to their silly antics, a pig trying to break out of prison, a sandcastle contest, a musical, romance, or John Hambo. We also get a couple of Halloween specials, some Christmas specials, and that one episode where the pigs forced the birds to
get busy!
Legit, when I was a kid, I had no idea what the fuck was going on up until I watched it again as an adult. And now I get it. All of that aside, all these episodes were a really fun way to explore the world of Angry Birds. I mean, the teaser literally says, deep in the heart of Piggy Island, which is where the whole series takes place. Not sure why the birds would live there, but alright then. What makes Angry Birds Toons special is that this is the cartoon that can bring life to all the characters. The way they can capture their personalities, expressions, and tell all these amazing stories with so much charm and creativity in only 3 minutes. I honestly can't think of any cartoon that does that. They don't even have a single dialogue. Listen to this. Yet we can still understand what is going on in each episode. Props to all the voice actors for their amazing performance. In the games, we don't see much of the characters other than the fact that the birds are just angry and the pigs are just pigs. But here in Angry Birds Toons, we get to see Red being angry as usual, Chuck being a show-off, Bomb being the big brotherly figure, Matilda being the motherly figure, and a hippie. The Blues, Jim, Jake, and Jay, being playful little kids, Bubbles being a huge candy lover. I mean, who wouldn't love candy? And Terrence? Never mind then. The Minion Pigs being silly as usual, Corporal Pig being a soldier, Foreman Pig still having his strange mustache, King Pig being exactly how you would describe your typical king. He's lazy, narcissistic, a bit of a slob, and he tends to cry like a spoiled little bitch. And Chef Pig is actually a really cool villain. And he's my favorite character. Like, come on, look at him and his French mustache. Compared to King Pig, he'd be the perfect supervillain. Pretty evident since he's the main villain in Angry Birds Epic. All of that is exactly what the world of Angry Birds would be like. Though I wouldn't exactly call this cartoon comedy gold, even when I was a kid. I never particularly laughed at the jokes, but it's still fun to watch, and I can see why some people find it funny. On top of that, the art and animation complement well with the world of Angry Birds, especially the background art and those creative title cards. Also, this might be a bit small, but I couldn't help but notice that the animation from the first 12 episodes looked as if they are animated in Adobe After Effects. Well, look at that. It is in fact animated in After Effects. What I mean by that is that the animation looks bouncy, stiffy, or words I don't even know how to describe. I will admit that it is really impressive that the animators can animate all of that in After Effects. I can already imagine the amount of effort put into it. but still, it doesn't feel very expressive to me. Luckily that all changed when Toon City stepped in and provided animations for episodes 13 and onwards. The same studio that provided animations for, let's see, Kim Possible? Curious George? I don't know if it's still animated in After Effects, but all I can say is that this animation style looks and feels more lively than ever. In fact, I like that it's traditionally animated rather than in rigs. It's more expressive, fluid, and I love how some of the designs have changed throughout the rest of the cartoon. Pig City looked very different. Some have small changes. And this pig in particular, Corporal Pig, used to look like a generic pig wearing a helmet, but now he looks like an actual soldier, or should I say, commander. I bet this current version of Corporal Pig would say something along the lines of,
"If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight."
And Angry Birds Toons isn't the only cartoon I've watched on Toons TV. There were other cartoons such as Angry Birds Stella, Piggy Tales, and some other cartoons I never cared to watch. I only care about Angry Birds Toons. However, this doesn't mean it's completely perfect, because a few complaints I have about this cartoon is that, firstly, where did they get the desserts? Specifically the cakes. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that you need eggs to bake a cake. If that's the case, where did they get the eggs? Did they get that from the birds? That's just illogically impossible. Unless there's something special about the bird eggs. Then I'm hoping the pigs got those eggs from a chicken farm or something. Secondly, I'm a bit disappointed that Bubbles didn't get enough screen time. I've already mentioned that Chef Pig is my favorite character, but Bubbles is also my favorite character. Look at him, he's so fucking cool. And adorable. I know he only appears in Halloween specials, since that's his favorite holiday, and those were some of my favorite episodes. But I really want to see more of him, and possibly see him interact with the main birds. And lastly, Stella has not made a single appearance, despite being in multiple promotional materials, and having her own series, which I liked as a kid. The same goes for Hal. Dude is literally nowhere to be seen. He's camera shy. Shut up! He's literally in Angry Birds Go and the movies. If Angry Birds Toons ever get a 4th season, then I want both Stella and Hal to be in it. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else to complain about really. Now to finish off this video, the cartoon ran for 3 seasons before being discontinued in favor of whatever the fuck this is. Alongside the Toons TV app a year later, since literally anyone can just watch it on YouTube. Which really sucks, and despite some of the complaints I have, I wish there were more episodes of it. I suppose ending the cartoon by promoting the movie makes sense, right? Overall, I had a fun time rewatching it all as an adult. And if you want to watch all the episodes of Angry Birds Toons, you can just watch it all on YouTube to experience the charm the cartoon had back in the days. That's all I have to say for this video. Now would you excuse me, I'm gonna go play some Angry Birds right now.